Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to be giving you guys my quick spoiler-free review for The Ring of Superman. So, as you are not, if you're not aware, it is a direct sequel to The Death of Superman, the animated DC movie that came out 6 months ago. And if you have not seen it, I'd recommend you go check it out. It's a really good movie. It's solid. I mean, really enjoyed that movie. And and then when we start with this movie here, it literally is like 6 months after the events of the death of Superman. Literally 6 months, like after those events, and then that movie was 6 months ago. Where's the irony in that, huh? And then like when it starts out, I mean, the public is immediately starting to see that there are other Supermen out there, or people who are at least wearing the mantle, wearing his symbol on their chest. Like, we have four of them. We have Steel, Eradicator, Cyborg Superman, and Superboy. And the way they were portrayed in this movie, I really enjoyed. I mean, I liked how they both, how all four of them had really great in their own personalities. I thought they were all brought to the screen really well together, especially when they're brought together, all four of them together for the very first time. I really enjoyed that scene. And and the action is still up to par, and this is like their own little version of bringing this part of the story to the screen, which we have not had ever. And so this is the first time we actually had it. Much like, no, not like Death of Superman. I mean, it did some other incarnations of that, and those were done really poorly prior to the movie that came out 6 months ago. But this is the first legit time they actually tackled onto this part of the story. And I have to say, with the way that they were going with it, I actually enjoyed. I mean, some changes, that were made here and there, I did not mind. One change in particular, I'm not sure how I feel about, but maybe I'll say it at the very end of this video, like after I get done sharing my thoughts on this movie, and that will be my spoiler, my only spoiler mentioning at the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have liked to have felt that, like that feeling of loss, like how we felt like in the first movie. And we didn't really feel it that much here. It just jumps right to where the public is introduced to these four Supermen, and then and they're trying to figure out, well, who's the real Superman? Like, I like how they still stick with that, and then it makes you, even if you are aware and you did read the story in the comics, like when you read that comic or the issues, like in the comic, you know what I mean. You still see that, okay, I can see why they would think that this would be a legit Superman, or this one maybe, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed how it was all put together overall. And I mean, even though I would have liked a little bit more of the emotion there, like where we still get that feeling of loss, where we feel it just a little bit more in the first act, until like before we were introduced to these four new characters into the public eye. You know what I mean? And then from here on out, it is great. I mean, it was handled so much better than how it was in Superman Doomsday. I mean, like with the third act was done beautifully. I mean, like, man, I'm like, yes, this is what Superman Doomsday should have done. But they did that all in one movie, and it was just all choppy. And this movie is, I would have had this movie a little bit longer. I mean, if they just allowed this to be 2 hours long, they would have been able to, I think it would have been a much more entertaining movie. Not saying that it wasn't bad, but I really did enjoy it. But I don't think I enjoyed it as much as Death of Superman. I mean, that's just me, but I still had a lot of fun with this movie. So with that all being said, I would say check this out. Stay through the credits. I mean, there is something at the very end, so make sure you check that out, like as you're watching this movie. So with that all being said, The Ring of Superman, I'm gonna give it, what the hell? I'm gonna give it 4 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 chair spins. So now that we got that all out of the way, here is my spoiler. Like, here's where I'm gonna get to one spoiler that I'm not really sure that I'm really all that crazy about. So, go watch the movie and then jump back to this part of the video after you get done watching it. So, it's to where Darkseid plays a role in the movie, and he's the one who sent Doomsday. I don't know. I would have liked it much better if Doomsday was left as a mystery, like where you're like, where did he come from? What was he like? What did it happen? You know what I mean? Even though they did flesh it out in other comics and stuff, like where he's Kryptonian, you know, like an engineer, like a genetically engineered Kryptonian creature and whatever. But still, I mean, I would have liked if they did this take in this story, left him as a mystery. You know what I mean? As opposed to him being a creation from Darkseid. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they went with the whole Darkseid getting a hold of his DNA and replicating it somehow. I mean, I would have been okay with that. But that's just a little nitpick. I mean, it didn't take me out of the movie. I was just sort of like, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I still enjoyed the movie, like I said. So, yeah, that's about it. So, if you guys enjoyed my review for the Reign of Superman, the Reign of the Superman, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you click that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.